morning, my dear students. In this class, we are going to discuss a very important topic: projectile motion. Projectile, projectile motion, projectile motion on incline. Projectile motion on inclined plane. There are two cases of projectile motion on incline. The first case is top to down incline. Top to down incline. Top to down. And second one is down to top. These are the two cases of projectile motion on inclined plane that we have to discuss, that we have to study in this class. First, I am giving you the example of top to down incline. Top to down projectile motion on incline. Top to down projectile motion on incline. Suppose this is an incline having angle of inclination theta. Any object is thrown from top making angle alpha. Making angle alpha with the plane of this incline. In generally the horizontal axis parallel to the ground is taken as x-axis, but here we have assumed that the x-axis is rotated by some angle theta. Now this is the x-axis, hence the projectile is making angle alpha and it is thrown from the top of the incline, so it will make a parabolic or oblique path. This curve is called parabolic path or the path is called oblique path, and it will fall on the down of the incline. This is top to down. Another case is down to top. Down to top. In down to top, consider an incline. Take an incline whose angle of inclination is theta, and the object is projected with initial velocity u, making angle alpha with the x-axis. This will also make a parabolic path and it will approach to the top of the incline. These two examples are projectile motion on inclined plane. One is the top to down and another one is down to top. If any one of the concept, either top to down or down to top, is clear, then ultimately the other concept will become very easy for you to understand. So I am going to start with down to top motion. If down to top motion is clear and the concept of motion on inclined plane is clear to you, and also the concept of projectile from ground is clear to you, then this concept is not that much difficult to understand. So I am going to start here. I am going to discuss first down to top projectile. Down to top projectile. Suppose this is a projectile. Suppose this is an incline having angle theta. Any object is thrown with initial velocity u, making angle alpha with the x-axis or with the incline. Now this is taken as x-axis. Then what we observe? This projectile will make a curve or oblique path or parabolic path. Then I am going to resolve this in its component. The component of initial velocity u is a vector quantity, and vector can be resolved into its component. In our general study, the horizontal axis parallel to ground, the axis parallel to ground is taken as horizontal axis, but here suppose or assume this horizontal axis to be rotated by some angle theta. If this is rotated by some angle theta, then y-axis will also be rotated by same amount of angle, and we know that the angle between x and y-axis, the angle between x and y-axis is 90 degree. This is our y-axis. This is our y-axis. Now I can easily resolve initial velocity u by which this projectile is projected into its component. One component will be x component will be u cos alpha, and y component will be u sin alpha. Again, if this object is thrown from the down of the projectile, the acceleration produced in this object will be acceleration due to gravity, because there is only one force acting on that object is by the earth, that is called force of gravity. Hence the acceleration produced in that object will be acceleration due to gravity, and acceleration due to gravity is a vector quantity, hence its direction will be towards the center of the earth. This is the direction of acceleration due to gravity. In earlier concepts we have discussed about motion of any object on incline, where we have studied that if there is a mass m on incline and the incline is making angle theta, then this object has some weight and direction of weight is towards the center of the earth. Now we can resolve mg into its component. One is mg cos theta. This concept we have earlier discussed. This will be mg cos theta, and x component will be mg sin theta. Because if this is angle theta, this will be 90 degree, and this angle will be 90 minus theta, and this complete angle is 90 degree, so this angle will be theta. Okay, so is this clear to you? So I am replacing this mass in downward direction. The direction of acceleration of this object will be towards the center of the earth. Now I am going to resolve acceleration due to gravity into its component. It will have again two components. One component will be g cos theta, that is y component, and the other component will be g sin theta, whose direction is represented by this black arrow, g sin theta. I have resolved the components. Now I am analyzing its horizontal and vertical motion. So the horizontal motion, I am giving you few seconds to observe this diagram. I am going to analyze the horizontal motion and vertical motion. Then horizontal motion, horizontal components and vertical components. In horizontal direction, the value of x component of initial velocity is u cos alpha, that is denoted by the blue arrow, u cos alpha, and this u cos alpha is in positive direction of x. Again, the x component of acceleration in negative direction, that is g sin theta. So we can write there minus g sin theta, or we can also say that, since the velocity of this projectile is along positive direction and the acceleration in opposite direction. Once more I am telling you, when this projectile is projected by with some velocity, with some initial velocity u, the acceleration is in opposite to the velocity. Hence here we are writing here minus sign. If velocity and acceleration are in opposite direction, then acceleration is denoted by negative sign. Again, the component of initial velocity in y direction, initial velocity component is u sin alpha, and it is along the positive y axis, so we are writing here positive u sin alpha. Now vertical component of acceleration, that will equal to vertical component of acceleration. The vertical component of acceleration is g cos theta, and it is also in negative y direction, so we are writing here minus g cos theta. Okay, these are the horizontal motion and vertical motion of the projectile that I have written here. Okay, so once more I am telling you why I have written here minus sign. Suppose this is any object has initial velocity is equal to 5 meter per second. Any object is having initial velocity of 5 meter per second, and after time t is equal to 10 seconds, its velocity will become v is equal to 3 seconds. Its velocity is decreasing, hence the acceleration produced in this object will be negative. Minus 2 upon 10 means minus acceleration will be equal to v minus u upon t, final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. 3 minus 5, that is minus 2 upon 10 minus 1 by 5, or you can say that minus 0.2 meter per second square. Here clearly you can observe that velocity is in x direction. If the velocity is decreasing in x direction, the acceleration produced in this object will be in leftward direction. So here velocity of this projectile is along the positive axis and acceleration is along the negative axis, so that's why we are writing here the negative sign. Now I am giving you few minutes to observe what I have written here. Have a look over here. Okay. Now first I am going to calculate here time of flight. What is time of flight? The time of flight is the time taken. Time of flight is the time taken by this projectile to reach from its origin, from where it is projected to where it has approached the surface of the incline. That is called time of flight. Time of flight is the time taken by the projectile to reach again the surface of incline from where it is projected. So first I am going to calculate here. The time of flight. First I am going to calculate here only the three parameters are always calculated in any projectile motion, that are time of flight, the maximum height reached by that projectile, and range. So time of flight, time of flight, time of flight, it is the time taken by the projectile. It is the time taken by the projectile to reach again on the surface of incline, from where it is projected, So for convenience, for our simplicity, I am again making that diagram of projectile motion on incline from down to top in simple form. This was x-axis. The projectile was projected by some initial velocity u, making some angle alpha. It will fall like this. The components of initial velocity were u cos alpha in this, and its y component was u sin alpha. G cos theta acceleration due to gravity, y component of acceleration due to gravity was g cos theta, and x component was g sin theta. Clearly you can see here velocity and acceleration both are in opposite direction. Velocity, component of velocity of projectile, and acceleration produced in projectile both are in opposite direction. Hence we are writing here negative sign with the component of the x component of acceleration due to gravity. The vertical component of projectile are y component of initial velocity, that is equal to u sin alpha, vertical component of acceleration due to gravity, that is equal to minus g sin theta. I think now there is no any doubt in writing here negative sign because x component of initial velocity direction is along positive x-axis, and acceleration's x component is in negative x direction. That's why I am writing here negative sign. Again, let the time of projectile be capital T, be capital T. If this projectile is projected from the origin, and it will again approach on the x-axis, then what will be the value of y coordinate of this point? The value of y coordinate of this point will become 0. Y coordinate will become 0. Displacement of y component will be 0. The same concept was used to calculate time of flight when the projectile was projected from ground. Now we will put all the values. from second equation of motion, u by t plus half a by t square, this is 0, then we will get uy, that is u sin alpha plus half a by t square. Sorry, there is a mistake here. This will be g cos theta. G cos theta. This is g cos theta, and this is in negative y direction. There is no need to write this. Minus half g cos theta into t square. I have to calculate the value of t. I have to calculate the value of this t. And one more thing I have forget to written here. Uy is u sin alpha into t. I can take common here t. If t is taken common, inside we are getting u sin alpha minus half g cos theta into t is equal to 0. Once more I am repeating here. This projectile is projected by making some angle alpha. This projectile is projected by making some angle alpha with the x-axis. So the component of initial velocity are u cos alpha and u sin alpha. The component of acceleration due to gravity are g cos theta along the x direction. Along the x direction, the component of acceleration due to gravity is g sin theta, and the component of acceleration due to gravity along y component, along y direction is g cos theta. So we have to calculate how much time this projectile is taking to reapproach the ground. So when it will reapproach the ground, this point coordinate, the coordinate of this point will have some component of x, but its y coordinate will be 0. Its y coordinate will be 0. So I am working only by taking the y components. So y component of initial velocity is u sin alpha. Acceleration, y component of acceleration is minus g cos theta. Let the time taken by the projectile is capital T. Let the time taken by the projectile is capital T. Let the time taken by the projectile is capital T. The y component, the y coordinate of this point will be 0. Now from here we can get, I am going to erase something because of lack of space. I am going to erase this diagram. So from here, from this equation, we can write here either time is equal to 0 or these two are in multiplication. The product of two numbers are 0, then either this number is equal to 0 or this complete term is equal to 0. If product of two terms is equal to 0, then either this term will be 0 or this term will be 0. If this term is equal to 0, then what we will get? U sin alpha is equal to half g cos theta into t. From here I can get t is equal to, that is time of flight, is equal to 2u sin alpha divided by g cos theta. This time t is equal to 0 means that position of projectile, this time t is equal to 0, this time t is equal to 0, this time t is equal to 0. I am writing here because of lack of space. From this equation I can get t is equal to 0. This corresponds to projectile at horizon. Let me check whether it is clear on the phone screen or not. Okay, it is not clear, so I will take some more. Lack of space. It is not clear on the phone screen. Erase this. If product of two terms are 0, then either t will be 0, either t is equal to 0, or this much is equal to 0. U sin alpha is equal to minus half g cos theta into t is equal to 0. I think there is no any doubt regarding this. Either t is equal to 0, or u sin alpha minus half g cos theta is equal to 0. So from here I have got the value of time of flight 2u sin alpha 2u sin alpha upon g cos theta. So I am giving you few minutes to analyze this. Okay. I am going to erase this. From this equation, I am again writing here. I have got t into u sin alpha minus half g cos theta into t is equal to 0. From here we can write here, since product of these two terms is equal to 0, so either this term will be 0 or this term will be 0. U sin alpha and minus half g cos theta into t is equal to 0. T is equal to 0 corresponds to particle or projectile which is projected at origin, and we will get from here the value of time. From here we will get value of time we can take. Okay, we have already taken t. Here we will get the value of time is equal to, or u sin alpha is equal to half g cos theta into t. From there I can get t is equal to 2u sin alpha upon g cos theta. In earlier we had studied in projectile motion from ground, in projectile motion from ground, the value of time of flight was 2u sin theta upon 2u sin theta upon g. Compare these two formulas. This we have studied earlier. When the projectile was projected from the ground, making angle theta with the horizontal axis or with the ground, then time of flight was 2u sin theta upon g. We can simply compare these two equations. We have got t is equal to 2 y component of initial velocity upon, what is this? This was y component of acceleration due to gravity. With this formula you can remember. If this formula is memorized in your memory, then simply you can write the value of time of flight of projectile from down to top, and for projectile with some angle theta with the ground. Compare these two formula. In numerator, it has initial velocity y component, it has also y component of initial velocity. In denominator, it has y component of acceleration due to gravity. So time of flight is calculated. Now I am going to calculate here the maximum height. Now I am going to calculate here the maximum height. Now I am going to calculate here the maximum height. Again, to calculate maximum height. What is the maximum height? When the projectile is projected from down of the incline, then what is the value of maximum height that it can approach? What is the value of maximum height that it can approach? So, this was our incline, whose angle of inclination was theta. Let me check whether it is clear on the phone screen or not. Okay. If the projectile is projected with some initial velocity u, making some angle alpha with the x-axis, this axis is taken as x-axis. Now resolving into its component, one component will be y component will be u sin alpha, y component of initial velocity, x component of initial velocity will be u cos alpha, or simply you can say this initial velocity is making angle alpha with x-axis. Now component of g is always towards the center of the earth. Acceleration due to gravity which is acting on this projectile is towards the center of the earth. Then resolving g into its component, we will get g is making angle theta here, so this component will be g cos theta. Again, in this direction, the component of acceleration due to gravity will be g sin theta. So what is the value of maximum height reached? The value of maximum height reached will be, this is the maximum height. This is the maximum height reached by, this is the maximum height reached by the projectile. At maximum height, it means that furthermore this projectile is not moving in the upward direction, so the component of final velocity will become 0. The y component of final velocity is 0. It means that there is no any further movement in y direction, and it will again starts falling from maximum height to the ground. Okay, this diagram simply I can make here. This diagram simply I can make here. If this projectile is projected with some initial velocity u making some angle alpha, this is maximum height that we have to calculate. At this height the final velocity y component will be 0, because further it is not doing any motion in y direction. It will again start falling down from maximum height to the ground. The y and x component of initial velocity are, y component will be u sin alpha, x component will be u cos alpha, and g is in downward direction. So component of g on y axis will be g cos theta, and x component of acceleration due to gravity, is g sin theta. Okay, so for calculating maximum height we are observing this point. At maximum height its final velocity in y direction, that is equal to 0. Component of y component of initial velocity is u sin alpha, but it is positive. Acceleration, y component of acceleration is minus g cos theta. So what is the value of maximum height or h max? Why I have written this? Again, since this is an example of motion in 2 dimension and the object is having a constant acceleration, so for calculating any of the physical quantity, because this projectile is having a constant acceleration, that is acceleration due to gravity, we need to apply the 3 equation of motion for calculating h. Which equation we can use? We can use simply y component of final velocity whole square, initial velocity y component whole square, plus 2 acceleration y component, and the maximum height or s or h. So now I am going to put the values and I am going to calculate. This value is equal to 0, and the remaining two equation you can't directly apply here. Or one more method you can use to solve this. First calculate what is the time taken to approach this maximum height. First calculate the time taken. What is the time taken to approach the maximum height, and then use the formula s is equal to ut plus half at square. And put all the y component of initial velocity and y component of acceleration due to gravity in that equation, and then also you can find. But simply by applying directly this third equation of motion, we can calculate. So by putting the values, we will get this value is 0 is equal to, what is the value of uy? U square sin square alpha plus minus 2g cos theta into h. Here I have to find h. H is equal to what we will get? U square sin square alpha divided by 2g cos theta. This we are getting u square sin square alpha upon 2g cos theta. In earlier lecture of projectile from the ground, if any object or any particle is thrown by making angle theta with the horizontal axis, the value of maximum height that we were getting earlier in projectile, earlier when any projectile was projected from ground making some angle theta, the value of maximum height was h is equal to u square sine square theta upon 2g. So simply by comparing these two, we can write the general formula of h is equal to y component, initial velocity y components whole square upon 2 into acceleration due to gravity's y component. 2 into acceleration due to gravity's y component, or g subscript to y. Is this clear? This is the general formula. In this case, for projectile projected from down to top, the maximum height is y components of initial velocity whole square upon 2 into y component of acceleration due to gravity. For projectile projected from ground making some angle theta, it is also whole square of initial velocity y component upon 2 into y component of acceleration due to gravity. So this was our maximum height. I am giving you few seconds, few minutes. Okay, for now we have to calculate the third physical quantities related to projectile motion from down to top, that is range. Range we have to calculate. What is range? I am simply making a diagram. This was x-axis. The projectile was projected by making some angle alpha. Then it will make an oblique path or parabolic path. The components of initial velocity were u sine alpha, u cos alpha, its x component, x component of acceleration due to gravity was g sine theta, and y component of acceleration due to gravity was z cos theta. What is range? Range is the horizontal distance from where the object was projected and where it again reapproaches the ground, that is called range. There is no need to write the definition, you can understand here. Range is the horizontal distance. Range is the horizontal distance. We have to calculate here horizontal distance. So we need to apply the formula S horizontal component of S is equal to initial velocity x component ut plus half ax t square. This formula I need to apply here. So first find all these values. Time of flight already we have calculated 2u sin alpha upon z cos theta. This was time of flight. 2u sin alpha upon g cos theta. Initial velocity is x component. What is the value of initial velocity x component? That is u cos alpha, and this is positive. Again, acceleration due to gravity is x component, that is equal to acceleration due to gravity is x component, that is equal to g sin theta. But this is in negative x direction, so I am writing here negative sign. Now put these values in this formula and find the range. So range is equal to ux. What is ux? U cos alpha. What is the value of t? 2u sin alpha upon g cos theta plus half into acceleration due to gravity x component. So minus will come out g sin theta into t square. What is the value of t? 2u square sin square alpha divided by g square cos square theta. Let me check whether it is clear on the phone screen. Now it is clear. So by evaluating this lack of space, once I am giving you the time, what we will get in solving? Take the LCM. What will be the LCM? G cos alpha and g square. Which terms here I can cancel here? Which terms can we cancel out here? Is there any term which can be cancelled out? No, there is no any terms that can be cancelled out here. Sorry. G here cos theta, not cos alpha. Cos theta. Is there any cancel? Is there any term which can be cancelled out? No any term. So the LCM will be 1g will be cancelled out from here. G cos theta and g cos theta. Here we will get cos square theta. LCM of these two. Here, one cos theta will remain left. 2u square sin alpha into cos theta will be left, minus g cos square theta is there, minus 2 into what will left here, u square sin square alpha into sin theta. This will left here. Now again taking common, what will be common? 2 will be common. Again, u square will be common. Again, sin alpha and sin square alpha. So one term I can take common here. So I can take here sin alpha common. What will remain here? Cos alpha into cos theta minus sin alpha into sin theta divided by g cos square theta. Clearly, this is the formula of cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B, that is cos A plus B. So range I will get here 2u square sin alpha into cos A plus B. A is alpha, alpha plus theta divided by g cos square theta. Let me check whether it is clear on the phone screen or not. Okay. So these three parameters we have calculated regarding top to down projectile. Top to down projectile. Sorry, down to top projectile. I am giving you one question to practice. So I am going to erase this. I am going to give you one question for practice. One question for practicing. I am going to give you one question for practice purpose. Suppose this is angle of 53 degree. Alpha is given as 45 degree, and initial velocity u is equal to 10 root 2 meter per second. Find time of flight. Simply you can calculate. Find the range. This also you can calculate, and find maximum height reached, h max. Look the question. After that I will discuss about top to down projectile. It will not take that much time to discuss top to down projectile. Okay, pause the video and solve the question. You can easily solve. I am giving you some hint. For 53 degree, remember one triangle. If this angle is 53 degree, the front length of this side will be 4, this will be 3, and this will be 5. And if this is 53 degree, what will be this? This will be 37 degree. For 37 degree, 3, 4, 5. Right? Now I think that you can easily solve. You can easily calculate the value of trigonometric function like sine, cos and tan for these two triangles. Remember these two triangles. 53 is the larger angle, then larger value of side. These two can be interchanged, but hypotenuse is always fixed. Hypotenuse is always fixed. Large angle, large value of side. A small angle, a small value of side. Only these two can be interchanged. This is always fixed. Okay. So I am going to discuss here. Now I am going to discuss here down to top projectile. I have discussed. Now I am discussing top to down projectile. Top to down projectile. I am going to discuss here top to down projectile. This is a projectile making some angle theta. An object is thrown by making some velocity, with some velocity u making angle alpha, then this will fall like this. What are the components? U cos alpha, again y component will be u sin alpha, acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction, so its y component will be g cos theta and x component will be g sin theta. There is only one difference between top to down and down to top. If you will write here the horizontal motion and vertical motion, what you will observe, x component of initial velocity is u cos alpha, okay. X component of acceleration due to gravity is minus g cos theta. It is same as in down to top. For vertical component, y component of initial velocity is u sin alpha and y component of acceleration due to gravity. Look here. The x component of initial velocity of projectile and x component of acceleration due to gravity both are in same direction. If change in velocity or velocity and acceleration both are in same direction, then we will write here a plus sign, that is g sin theta. This is only a change. So while calculating time of flight, which formula we have used? For calculating time of flight, capital T, what formula we had used? This we have used, uyt plus half ay into t square. Observe one thing, y component of initial velocity in top to down and y component of initial velocity in down to top are same. There is no any change. This we have to calculate. Acceleration due to gravity, y component is plus g sin theta in top to down, and from down to top it is also plus g sin theta. So time of flight is same. So t is since y component of initial velocity and y component of acceleration due to gravity are same for both top to down and down to top. Hence T is same in both the cases. T is same in both cases. Time of flight is same in both the cases. Okay. So time of flight is same in both the cases. So time of flight is same in both the cases. Again, for calculation of maximum height, which formula we had used? For calculation of maximum height, we had used final velocity is y component whole square, initial velocity is y component whole square plus 2 into acceleration due to gravity y component into h max. This formula we have used. Check here. Y component of initial velocity in both top to down and down to top are same. Y component of acceleration due to gravity in top to down and down to top are same. So, since these are same for both top to down and down to top, h max is same in both the cases. H max is same for both the cases. For calculation of h max, this formula we had used. Now range will differ because in range we have to calculate this horizontal distance and acceleration due to gravity in x direction. There we were getting minus g cos theta sorry this is y component now. This is y component. X component is minus g sin theta. X component is minus g sin theta and y component is plus g sin theta. Here I have made a mistake. Y component is minus g cos theta. These two values are same for both down to top and top to down. For calculating range, we need only x component. Ux is same in both the cases, either top to down or down to top. But acceleration due to gravity's x component is different in both the cases. So we need to calculate range. We will have to calculate range. So range will differ in both the cases. Range will differ in both the cases. Now I am going to calculate range. What is range? Range is the maximum height. Range is the maximum, not maximum height. It is the horizontal distance from where the projectile is projected and again where it reaches the ground. I am simply making this diagram. Any projectile is projected by angle theta and making angle alpha with the plane of the incline. It will fall like this. In this direction the components are u cos alpha, u sin alpha. This is x component of initial velocity, y component of initial velocity. G. Now G is in the same direction. Acceleration due to gravity is y component, that is g sin theta, and in this direction acceleration due to gravity y component is minus g cos theta. Okay. So for range we were using the formula Sx is equal to uxt plus half ax g square. Ux, what is the value of initial velocity in x component? U cos alpha. What is the value of time of flight? What is the value of time of flight? Time of flight was 2u sin alpha upon g cos theta plus half acceleration due to gravity. X component will have positive sign because x component of initial velocity and acceleration due to gravity's x component are in same direction. Half g sin theta into t square. T square, that is 4u square 4u square sin square alpha upon g square cos square theta. Let me check whether it is clear. So further on calculating this, what we will get? What we will get? So calculate this. One g will be cancelled out here again. One g will be cancelled out here again. So by taking LCM, in denominator g cos square theta, only cos theta will be left. 2u square cos square alpha into sin alpha into cos theta plus this 2 will again cancel out. So here what will be left? 2u square sin square alpha into sin theta. This will be left. So now take common. By taking common, 2 will be common in all these. 2 is common. U square is common. Sin alpha is common. Inside, what will be left? What will be left? Cos alpha into cos theta plus sin alpha and sin theta are left. Sin alpha into sin theta divided by g cos square theta. This is the formula of cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So I can get range 2u square sin alpha into cos alpha minus theta upon g cos square theta. So these formula, there is only a single difference in calculating. There is only a single difference in calculating projectile from down to top and top to down is in range. Time of flight in both the cases, either top to down or down to top, in both the cases time of flight were same. Only one thing that was different, that is range. In range, each and every term is same. Only in down to top case we were getting cos alpha plus theta, and in top to down we are getting cos alpha minus cos theta. So for today this is enough. This was the lecture on top to down and down to top projectile motion on incline. I am giving you one question for homework. One question that I am giving you. Suppose this is an incline having angle of inclination is equal to 37 degree with initial velocity of 10 meter per second. A projectile is projected from top and angle alpha is equal to 53 degree. Find P is equal to what? Range is equal to what? Here, P is equal to what? Range is equal to what? And H max is equal to maximum height reached by this. Here, I am going to summarize this. Look over here. I am going to summarize what we have studied here. Two types of projectile motion on inclined plane we have studied here. One is top to down and another one is down to top. If any one of the concept, either top to down or down to top, you have cleared, then another one will be ultimately clear to you. You can clearly and very easily understand the other one if any one of them is clear to you. For top to down, what parameters we have obtained here? Top to down. In top to down, what was the value of time of flight? Time of flight was 2u sin alpha upon g cos theta. What was the maximum height? What was the value of maximum height? In down to top, time of flight was same as that of top to down, 2u sin alpha upon g cos theta, and range in down to top was 2u square sin alpha upon 2u square sin alpha upon g cos square theta into cos alpha plus theta. Here range was 2u square sin alpha into cos alpha minus theta upon g cos square theta. Is it clear on the phone screen? Okay. Maximum height was u square sin square alpha upon 2g cos theta upon 2g cos theta. U square sin square alpha upon 2g cos theta. These formulas we have studied. Simply, it is 2 y component of initial velocity upon y component of acceleration due to gravity. It is simply y component of initial velocity is whole square upon 2 into acceleration due to gravity is y component, or acceleration due to gravity is y component. It is also simply 2 into initial velocity is y component upon acceleration due to gravity is y component. It is simply initial velocity is y component whole square upon 2 acceleration due to gravity is y component. revise this. All the very best, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more subject related videos. Thank you.